Hello, welcome to Paklyx. This is a game that the developer kind of requested me to play this, so it's kind of cool that they did, I think. Yeah, apparently it is about turn-based, grid-based puzzling, so that's nice. Alright, the music just stopped. Yeah, if you go out of focus from the game itself, the music kind of stops, but that's okay. Got a lot of worlds here. Lots of puzzles. Looks like I need lots of keys. In fact, can I scroll? No. Need 10 keys, but there's only 9 levels displayed. Interesting. Okay, here are the options. Not too many options currently. It's okay. Long list of credits here. Oh no, it's not scroll. I thought it was scrolling. It's moving up and down. Game design, programming, concept art, etc, etc. Alright, let's just get into it. So, I have this guy over here. Well, I'm playing as this guy over here. It's cute that the eye follows my cursor. If you can see it, I hope you can see my cursor. Usually when there are weird screen capture oddities, there are some weird implications of it. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Alright. So, can I move with arrow keys? No, I guess I have to click. That moves you. And I grab a key. Okay. So there's a number here. We didn't really see what it did. Seems to be a key counter. Okay. So that must mean I move diagonally to collect the key. I guess when this goes down to 0. Does that make this... Huh. Does the key like run away from us? Is that how it's like? We get 2 keys out of that. Okay, I see. Okay, so it is a turn counter in some way. Okay, so I guess I have to go diagonally first, grab this key, and then come back. I should have enough time. And I do. Okay. New mechanic. Does this reset? I guess, yeah, I guess it did. Okay. I do really want to know, does the key... Oh. The key runs away from you? Is that it? I didn't really try out the failure options. Failure options? Oh, it just goes away. Okay, I see. So when you have a key, you have to collect it immediately or it goes away the next turn. And I guess in the level where I failed it, this one, what happened is that this one generated a key afterwards. Yeah, okay. So it looked like it was moving, but it's not. Okay. So here, I guess I have to stand here to reset, walk here, grab the key, come back. Yep. New world unlocked. Very nice. Ooh. Okay, I feel like if I go to one of the corners here, I'm going to miss out on one of them. Well, no, because if I do this, I can immediately walk over to grab the key from here. Okay, and I guess some sort of oscillating move here gets this key. Alright. 4, 5, 3. Well, 3 seems to be my greatest concern right now. Well, this 4 is interesting as well. I need to walk for 3 moves while grabbing this 3. At which point this number would be a... Well, no, I'll be standing here or here when this becomes a 0. This would be a 2. I'll walk up to it. This becomes a 1. I walk over to this square and then collect this key. All while juggling the 4 here. Not quite sure how to think about this. 1, 2... Well, so this is one. This is the 3rd move, right? Yeah. Okay. Can I kind of just oscillate doing this? No. I guess I have to oscillate here instead. Like, oh, that fails as well. I didn't realize. So I guess if there was a path here that takes 3 cells that avoids this, it has to be these 3? Okay. So you can't step on numbers that... You can't step on these prematurely. Didn't know that. I am surprised I never actually met that before. Alright, my guess is that I'm gonna have to end up here before collecting you, so this is my logical conclusion. Yep, that makes sense. Alright, and that is... Yeah, that is all of World 1. We're now in World 2. So here's a new something. That pauses this countdown, it seems. And yeah, the arrow determines what the pause affects. So here, this puts a pause on you, I grab you, and then you. Okay. Does it pause everything in the direction? Yes. I don't think I like that move very much. I think the idea is I want to do this and grab that. Yeah, and then just walk in a straight line. Straight line? Not straight line, walk in a simple path. Oh my goodness, okay. This path over here that I take, it pauses this, then these run. But I see that this move pauses all 3. Not quite sure what that really does. Just moves me to a different square, I guess. I want to see the effect of stepping on these sequentially. It brings them all to 1. I don't really like that. If I went up here instead? Well, it's kind of the same effect. Except these guys don't pause. I feel like I kind of want to reach a result where these guys are like consecutive instead of being the same value. Sorry, I'm just checking that I'm still screen capturing. I have to do that sometimes. So, okay, I have to can't step on them prematurely again. So, yeah, if I get them all in sequential order, I think that's nice. The problem is that this path only pauses you and this path pauses all 3. Is there a way I can reconcile that? Like if I paused you and then you guys are the same, yeah. If I then paused you again, that is technically for me, you guys, in sequential order, but I'm too far from the key to grab it. Okay. If I did this first, it's no different than just stepping here next turn, I think. So like the logical move is to walk away from this afterwards. So maybe here. I guess could I walk around like this, maybe? No, I have to pause one of these guys immediately next. I can't grab both of them, so one of the keys are gonna get lost, yeah. If I did this then paused like that... Again, that really doesn't do much. It puts me here, which is interesting. Again, I really want to touch one of these. Okay, if that's the case, then could I start by offsetting you maybe? Then going down and pausing at the same time. Yeah, then I pause the 1, I grab that key, and that puts you guys in sequential order. That works. But for some reason, I paused you twice. Oh yeah, I paused you twice, I paused you once, I didn't pause you at all. Okay, that does set you guys in sequential order. That makes sense. Sure. Okay, I start off on a paused square, but doesn't do anything to you. I assume pausing a square like this doesn't do anything. Okay. Well, I feel like I might want to start by pausing the 2. Ugh, that doesn't look very good. But I can do this. Maybe pause like that. Can I pause? Okay, hold on. Can I pause a key? I can. This is obviously losing. Because when I grab this key, the other key is lost. Okay. Well, if I started by pausing you instead, I feel like that does nothing. I could pause you next to then grab this key. But that's the only move I can do actually, because if I moved anywhere else, I get too far from this key. So can I have to? Then I guess by pausing you, I can just grab this guy. Okay. Did I ever use the rewinding effect of this tile? I'm gonna call it a rewind. You know, staying on theme with a pause or something. Okay, so I have 2 options to start, either pause or step on the 4. Stepping on the 4 seems worse, because both of these become 4s and I'm not sure how to reconcile. I don't mind though. I mean, actually, thinking about this, right, this 2, I could also step on this afterwards to rewind it. I was thinking my only other option would be to step here and then here to get the key. Which seems to make sense a little bit. So like this, and then that. Okay, and then I'll just wait a bit. Walk here. Okay, I did not solve that logically. I'm not sure if there was a way to. That's okay. Alright, 2 directions for pausing. Okay, I guess I'll pause this and this. Oh, I've got pretty big numbers now, actually. Okay, because these guys are 1 apart, if I paused you by stepping here, I say that seems pretty good, because after stepping on this, for example, I could follow by stepping on this 2 turns later. Okay. I see a path that takes 4 turns plus a pause. Okay, and then I'll need another pause here to offset you by 1 again once I do that. But that should be easy enough. Yeah, I think this works. So grab the key, pause this key, which I don't think we've done yet. Like, I figured out you could do it, but I don't think it's been necessary until now. And then I grab this. Okay, very clean. Okay. So there's a pause on this 5, but not this 5. Actually, no, not this 5. Can I ever pause this 5, but I can rewind it. They're all 5s. Which is interesting. I do notice the only way to get to this 5 is either by grabbing you first or by walking from down here. Okay. If I pause this 5 first, I can actually potentially get this one before this one. Okay. Well, let's go for it then. I think I like the idea of stepping on you. But if I walk away, I think parity doesn't let me get to this fast enough. Okay. Do I want to pause here? I mean, pausing here doesn't really do anything. It's an extra move that... Yeah, it's an extra move that takes an extra turn to pause this. And then everything else counts down by 1, which seems bad. I feel like this definitely looks good to start though. Don't quite see what else I can do. 3 moves. If I step on this, it's wasting a move though. I will try pausing you again. This 3, I mean, this 3 is probably going to not like me very much. I can pause them. This is horrible. Yeah, these two ones... Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, those two need to be handled very well. Because whatever I do, the only way to really make them differ in value is to step on this at some point. Okay, so that is something I need to do eventually. Either I let it count down or I pause it, or I step on this to change their values, which I must do. I think the later I do it, the better. So that they're actually further apart. But the issue is that this will count down no matter what I do, unless I pause it. And if I stepped here, realistically, I'll need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to here. I need to pause at least. I need to pause once. So this number has to be at least a 3 when I stand here. Interesting. So do I have to start by doing that? Because if I left and I came back while you were on a 3, I feel like that loses on all of these. Although maybe not. I can do that and then go down. Wait. That's bad. Why did I say this has to be a 3? It could be a 2. If it were a 2 when if it was a 2 when I stand here. Yeah, then it becomes a 1 when I stand here, it pauses here, then it becomes a 0 here. And then I grab the key. Okay, so the timing is slightly off. I suppose I can start by doing that. Maybe I have to reset you again like that? That looks pretty okay to me. Except, you are now dead? No, I can grab you right now. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, and then on my way back, which actually doesn't use his pause, I don't think, I can pause you. Okay. Interesting. Alright, there's a very small space. 3 and 3 here. Need to offset you guys by a bit. I can pause the 3 and the 4 to start. I think that's a good idea. Then pause you while leaving you to be at 1. If I reset you now, is that okay? Grab the key. The issue is that if I might want to pause you again actually. Yeah, pause you, grab this key, go down and walk over. Should work. Key, pause one more time, and grab. Alright, I kind of just went with instinct on that one. That works. Alright, 3-1. I guess we're just gonna breeze through these. We are. Alright. This game does have some nice ambient music. Alright, so yeah, logical stuff, conveyor, I guess. Not sure if... I mean, these do skip a turn, but I'm not sure if you can chain them. I mean, I can try. It chains, okay. Good to know. Well, I guess this level will answer my question, regardless of whether I try it out or not. Okay, I wonder what happens if you put 2 conveyors pointing at each other. I assume not very good things happen. Okay. These feel a bit like barriers that prevent me from walking straight across. I guess I do have the diagonal route, which is the same number of turns, so that's fine. Not great. Although I guess stepping here is 1 turn less. I have to like use that fact, I think. So here, I guess I start by doing that. And then I can reset you. And then I can do this. I don't know how the math works on that one. It works very well, but I want to figure it out a bit more clearly. Like this sort of crisscrossy move. Does it decrease the overall counts by 1 or something? It decreased the counts of one of these by 2, I think. Which is perfect. I guess, yeah, I guess that works. I don't know exactly how you go about that, but that's okay. Okay. So here's the only chain of conveyors I can see. 5. Okay. I'm thinking if I reset here, the 4 and the 3 chain to each other quite well. So from here, I can probably start by doing this kind of stuff. Oh, no, but it's backwards. Okay, so I need this to be the smaller number. So I grab this first, then I convey myself all the way across. Okay. Well, let's start by... So I need to like kind of let this run down to maybe like a 2 before I start. Yeah, and then when I stand here, it'll be a 1. When I stand here, it'll be a 0. Yeah, that works. Okay. But when this is a 2, I'll be standing here. This should be a 0 at that point. So I don't step on this to start. I do... no. So I step on this once, I think. To slow it down by 1. Then I reset you. Yeah, and the numbers are all right. 2 here, 3 here, 0 there. Allowing me to do that sequence of moves that I anticipated. Sweet. Alright, new world. Oh my goodness, a 9. Okay, I do see that we are forced to take a pretty long path around the conveyors though. I'm pretty sure you can't just walk up here. Okay. And in doing that... Well, I see that I need to take at least 4 turns from this square. So I have to start by doing this, I assume. I have to walk here, reset, grab... okay, that works for me. It's a loop. Huh. Interesting. I mean, it kind of makes a bit of sense. 9 is like 2 times of 8 plus 1. And then what I did was like, I started by resetting you. So with the 8 and the 4, I guess I can make a full loop that utilizes 2 sets of 4. Something like that. Not very convinced with my argument there, but the math intuitively checks out. Ooh, we're combining these now. And we have 8s here. Also, is this a one-way? It's a one-way gate. I can't go back once I'm in. And I need to do a sufficient amount of preparation on the pauses. Again, very likely I just want these guys to be consecutive. So I need to pause twice on one, pause once on another, and pause none on the next. Okay. Well, I start by doing this. Let's start by then, I guess, pausing this. Grab you. I don't quite like that. What if I started by pausing you first, so that on my way back down, I can pause you a second time? Oh, the math doesn't quite check out. I guess I can, like, do this sort of thing. Do I pause all of you one more time? I feel like that's bad. I feel like I kind of have to though. Because you guys are in a very good position. Sorry, very good sequence right now. If I pause any one of you, it kind of... Actually, it will work very well. Especially if I pause the longer one. As long as I get to the shorter one, I can do some waiting moves. So it's fine if I waited on the 4, I think. I just need to get to this one quickly enough, which I can do. Okay. I just wait. Grab the key. So I don't necessarily have to have it be consecutive. I don't quite remember what the previous puzzle was that force me to go through each of them consecutively. I think it was like a line, I think. I don't quite remember. Let me go check. It was one of these. Yeah, the three. Yeah, it was kind of like I had to walk through, along them in a line. But I guess I didn't have to. The numbers were small enough, though, that it basically forced me to do a consecutive sequence of moves. If the numbers are huge like this, then waiting moves should be valid. Anyway, 3-6. Oh, sorry, 3-7. What? 3-7. I don't know why this played 3-6 to start. We have a bunch of rewindable 6s. Okay, these are conveyor belts with only one exit for each section. Oh, how am I gonna do this? This is rotationally symmetric, so can I reason my way about it that way? Well, I just have to start by going into one of these, I assume. That eventually counts down on these guys, which I'm kind of okay with. Not quite sure what exactly I need to do next. You rewind that, but I don't really like that. I guess by doing this and then by doing this, I can pause. It's not a bad idea. I think the order in which I did this was wrong. Because now by doing this, I can't really leave. Yeah. And then these guys kind of get left behind as well while I'm busy collecting these keys. I need to form a sufficient... I don't know what the term is. Buffer between them? I like this move a little bit. Maybe by doing that I can start working on these guys now. Don't really want to reset them right now, I don't think. Oh, but I kind of want to reset them. I don't want these to be the same value. So I have to start by stepping on one of them to change its value. Then walk over here to pause. Walk over here so they're slightly offset. The offsets are not in the good position, by the way, but that's okay. How do I do this? These guys are not in the right order because I stepped on them differently, I believe. Is that good enough? It might be, actually. It is. Wow. Oh, very intricately designed. It's very nice. Okay. Okay, these 2s and 4s are unstoppable. I have to do something within that time. So from the 2 to the 4, I guess well, I can pause. So like the idea might be that if I want to pause you really quickly, I'm not exactly sure why pausing you is good. This 2, very suspicious. If I step on you now, this 2 is definitely kind of forced to just be taken immediately. That conveyor pushes me into... I don't know how or why that's going to work. I don't mind that move, but we get a lot of... This 2 is not a problem, I think. Yeah, because on collecting you, my next move has to be to grab this key. And I can never grab you ever again. It would be nice if I had paused you, but even then I couldn't make it over in time. So this 4, we have to pause, I think. Can I actually do that? No. There's a very small buffer between the 4 and this 2 here. If I did pause you, I feel like I don't have enough time to get back, like, at all. I mean, the only other way I see it possible is just to... Oh, that pauses you as well. Okay, well, my next move probably has to be that. I don't really like this. Well, this move allows me to pause that 1. Can now pause the key. Grab the... Oh, oops. Right. Okay. Again, very small buffer between these two. They're so far away and yet like there's so few turns between them. I feel like the 4 needs to be followed pretty promptly by a rewind or something like that. Yeah. Like in particular, the steps from this 4 to this 2 are quite small. It takes only 2 steps, but the other way around is actually a lot more challenging. From here, I think the best move is here, here, here. So that's 3 moves. The other way around. If I took here, 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 yeah, the only other option takes me 4 moves. So going from here to here is 3 moves. I'm not quite sure I can handle that very well. In fact, that also walks across this 2 over here. Which means that this is not a valid thing I can do right now. That prematurely steps on this 2. If I could do that though. I wonder if I could do this and then that to just wait. That allows me to make this long trek, while this key allows me to step on it, right? Yeah, and then I can pause this, step on the key, pause it again, wow, okay, and then use the conveyor. That is, again, so intricate. So incredibly intricate. Alright, so I'm on a 4 right now, I believe. Yeah. I guess the way to see it is to look at it before the character shows up. Okay. Well, I can definitely see that we have a very big round conveyor here. Do I just do a bunch of waiting moves? I guess I have to. There's no other thing I can do actually. Stepping on any of these is just death. Okay, now this square is something I can stand on. So by rewinding some of these, I can potentially... Yeah, I can get over here, wait here, and then use this conveyor to grab the key. Alright, and then just do a bunch of waiting moves. This path here takes me exactly 1 turn, so parity-wise it doesn't really matter. It also works out for me anyway. Okay. New world? New world. Okay, so I'm assuming now we have the parity break. So if this guy doesn't exist, parity-wise it doesn't work, I'm too far away. Okay. So you are probably a crumbly block. Yes, you are. And that lets me offset my parity just enough. Oh, you guys, you have states as well. How much crumbly can you be? Okay, it's gonna step on you twice. Okay. So probably what I want to do is that. Then by doing this, I can come back. Oh, not good enough. I guess I have to go diagonally. Didn't really quite do the math on that one. Okay. Okay, well I definitely see that we have to do a diagonal and then cross back. I have to pause at least one of them. Definitely not a good move. Okay, so pause. Here. That's not good enough. I guess I have to pause both of them again. Pause? No, I'm off. Wait, so I paused too much. Can I pause twice? That doesn't seem very good. Oh, but it works. I guess it makes sense. It takes 2 turns to walk from one to the other, so they should differ by 2 turns. Okay. 5 rewindable, except every tile here is crumbly. Except this tile and this tile. I suppose, however, if this tile existed and none of the tiles were left, you couldn't walk from this to this. You could leave this one though. Okay, well I definitely know we should rewind at least one of them. So this is a good place to start. And I just walk around the long path. They differ by 2 exactly, which is great. Yeah, that works. Okay, we get a pause here, which differs these guys. Differs? Yeah, differs. Offsets. Once I do this, the numbers are actually very perfect for like a consecutive run. So I guess the idea is just, at this point, I have to... Well, if I stepped on you again, you guys would be the same now, which is bad. So to make this work, either I leave these numbers as they are. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that would work. Or I can try to offset twice more here, which I think is a horrible idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because that takes 4 steps and then this one just instantly dies. So what I have to do now is just take 3 steps. Wrong direction. Take 3 steps the other way. Sure, this works. And then walk. Yeah, if I had activated the other one twice, we would have run out. Sorry, I can't speak. I have no idea what I just said. Fun fact, this does not cause crumbliness, does it? It doesn't. What did I say fun fact before that? No idea. Okay, well, I see that a path must exist. From here, there are a lot of different paths that do it. A pause here allows me to take 1, 2, 3, which I don't quite like. So I might have to... Yeah, I might have to take this pause when I go over from right to left. Going from left to right, I have to take the longer route so that the other direction is a bit shorter. So I pause the 2, I take the longer route. Step here, pause that. Oh, that's still not good enough. Okay. That's definitely not good enough. I guess not by pausing you. I don't see what the... I guess the difference is it takes fewer turns to get over here. It's the same. Well, no, it just pauses it by 1. Huh. So that is different. Yeah, I guess from here, it takes a lot more turns to get to here than if I just started here. Even though both basically have the same effect. Sure. Alright. 5 I have to worry about. All of these are crumbly. I don't really like the fact that stepping here basically isolates this island. Now the only access points are here and here. And... well, I can buffer a little bit. Is that good enough? No. Not good enough. I have to, I guess, pause you first. Yeah, I really don't like this. I'm just gonna try this out. It works, I guess. Yeah, again, not quite sure about the logic for that one, but if it works, it works. Alright, conveyors. Wow, we're getting a lot of mechanics here. Okay, so we start on the crumbly block. Yeah, so much for keeping on theme. None of these really fit the theme anymore of like remote control buttons. Just try and figure out if there was any actual button I can use for these. I don't think so. There's no crumbly block button on a remote control, is there? Definitely not. Okay, so... ugh. So much information. How do I go about this? I guess I have to start by reasoning out the 6. So what pauses? There is a pause on the 6th. I do realize the entire island is technically still contiguous even after all the crumbly blocks are removed. Some places are a bit harder to get to than others. Yes, in particular, this 5 and this 6, you can only get from left to right via the crumbly block. I mean, otherwise you have to take a really long route. So these conveyor belts kind of help, you know, regulate the flow around the island once the crumbly blocks are gone. In that case, do I want to think about what happens, like how to get from here to here quickly? Maybe I do. Maybe the idea is to rewind you and then walk over. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start by doing these. Try and rewind you maybe? Oh, that's not good. This guy's... I kind of really like the difference here. Since it takes 2 turns to get from here to here, I do ideally want to get these guys to differ by 2, which can be done not like that. In fact, that should be done the other way around. Actually, it doesn't really matter. This just... This differing by 2 is okay, honestly. I mean, that's not a necessity. Let's just try rewinding that. This is kind of not great though. I don't know how to... We have to get to it first. Once I figure out these two, it definitely seems like this is kind of tough to work with. Okay, well I'm forced to do this now. That's not good at all, by the way. This one is very broken. If I started with that, so I paused you. I'm guessing at this point. Like, what can I do in 6 moves? Like, sorry. It will reach 0 when I stand here. It will reach 1 when I stand here. Right? If that's the sequence I'm expecting, which might not be true. So there's also this conveyor. Which I guess is interesting. The conveyor plus the pause right below it kind of indicates that there's a lot of time here I can spend with this key still around, just by standing on these tiles. Maybe in that case I want to try and focus on like realigning these guys first. Not quite sure about that honestly, but we can try and think about it that way. So yeah, once again, with this... but no, that key is... yeah, that key is gone. I guess maybe I want to grab you a bit later. Like, rewind you later, I guess. Maybe I want to rewind you and also you? Isn't that what I did? I thought that's what I did. Yeah, that's what I did, and then this one. Okay. If I rewound you later like that, I can pause again. Rewind here. I can pause here, this one. Yeah, and this forms a very long buffer time for that key. But the same problem occurs here. That is just really hard to work with. Yeah, I don't like that very much. Again, if I did go with the idea of rewinding you later for a bit more time, we still lose because I have this very long chain that I kind of have to... Well, this works, doesn't it? It works because the pause is an extra turn, but the conveyor is an instant movement. Okay. I get the idea. I don't... Yeah, there's like some concept behind this where you'd rather make a turn than make a waiting move. even though they both basically have the same effect. Movement is better than non-movement, I guess, is the idea. Oh gosh, okay. This feels purely conceptual. This feels purely conceptual. Okay. Well, I would say that by rewinding them... Well, no, not really. Yeah, okay, this one is isolated now. I don't quite like that. I feel like if it's isolated, it should probably be touched last. So like if like this, if it's touched last. Well, no. I can start by just going here first. Or I can leave this square by standing here instead. Does this form a stable loop that I can... Something like this, right? Well, no, because then I lose my path to that. Do I just walk here instead? Try and leave all of these free? Well then, isn't this the last one I'm gonna touch? Oh, that works out. Okay. Huh. This just works out. Wow. Cool. Alright, so I'm definitely not going to go into World 5 right now. I think I've played enough for today. Wow, I've played so long my keyboard disconnected itself. Yeah. So there you go. That's Paklyx. Paklyx? Paklyx? Not quite sure how you pronounce this, but no worries. So yeah, that was World 4. I've unlocked quite a lot of worlds. Because I've decided to complete every level in order. So yeah, with these unlock conditions, you'll typically unlock a lot further ahead. Look at these levels, by the way. Oh my goodness, the color in them. I, for one, really like the simplicity of these symbols. They are very simple to understand. The numbers are really nice as well. I was kind of toying with the idea of using other symbols in my head, like, I don't know, tally marks or like dots like on dice. But I think numbers are clear enough. Yeah. So I actually really like the design. It's very clean. Both in terms of the aesthetics and the level design. This is the kind of puzzle game that I think would be very I wouldn't say beneficial exactly, but I think it would be really interesting if they had a level editor, and I'm assuming it would be pretty easy to implement as well. I kind of wouldn't mind toying around a bit here on these levels. I wonder what like crazy move count shenanigans can occur. Yeah. Also, I understand why the arrow keys don't exactly work here, because you have diagonal movement, of course. But other games with diagonal movement, like Drod is how you pronounce it, Deadly Rooms of Death, they use the 8 number keys. Sorry, the 9 number keys on your number pad, which maybe people's keyboards might not have. The other compromise for keyboard controls are the 9 keys centered on the S on the keyboard. The QWESD ZXC. It's not very intuitive because the rectangle containing those 9 keys are a little bit offset. But I've seen game controls using those 9 keys as well. And while it is a bit unintuitive, I assume people will get used to it. So yes, keyboard controls. Also, there is no undo function, is there? Uh-oh, no undo function. Fortunately, these levels are small enough that I would assume undo functions isn't quite necessary. You can survive without the undo function, but I think it would be quite beneficial. In fact, this one is a real feature that I'm hoping for. It would be quite beneficial if undo did exist. Right now, this game can be played completely without the keyboard, which I assume is the style that the creator is going for. So if there's just another button here with the undo, that would be quite nice. Oh, is this actually an undo? This is a reset. This is not an undo. Yeah, this is a full reset. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's me. That's me. That's my first episode of Paklyx. Wonder how the level name came about. Alright, but enough thinking for today. I will be out, I guess. Yeah, I'll be coming back to complete more levels though. There are a lot more to go, so I'm quite excited. Until then though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.